Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. This is my channel, Novel Serendipity, and it is the new year. So I meant to film this video a couple days ago, but I didn't. My work gives me quite a bit of time between Christmas and New Year's. I was real lazy. So, I did get a lot of reading done in the past 2 to 3 days, and this month I am feeling strangely motivated to read. I was in a reading slump for most of November and December, and I feel like I'm coming back strong. I've read 2 books in the last 2 days, and I'm so motivated to keep it going. So there will be timestamps down below in the description box, but I do want to go over a little bit of a recap of the Pokemon I have caught in 2023 and kind of, a little bit of a recap and stuff like that, and kind of just go from there before I go into my roles in this month's TBR. So if you don't care about what Pokemon I have successfully caught and or leveled up, you can just go to the description box and skip ahead to my first role. But otherwise, I'm going to get into the recap of the Pokemon I caught in 2023. My partner also got me this really cool case, and I put my caught Pokemon in this little thingy. So successfully last month, I was supposed to catch 4 Pokemon, but I only caught 2 and the other 2 got away. But what I did successfully catch was my Lapras, and this is actually the book that kind of has prompted me to just keep reading, keep going. As soon as I finish this book, which I will have kind of a recap of December, that'll be its own video probably in a week or so, but this book did it was so good. So I successfully caught my Lapras. And then last month, I also caught my Coughing with a book with smoke on the cover. So before these 2 for December, I did successfully catch a Geodude, and I leveled that sucker up once. And then I caught my Ditto, and I caught my Tentacool, which is lowest rated Kindle. And I had to go through my Kindle TBR and what books I actually have because it's kind of a mess right now. But a book that you only read during the day, which is Drowsy. And for this one, I've just been using manga, something really easy, only takes me an hour or so. And I've leveled that up once. And then Ekans, which is a thin book, caught that one. My starter Pokemon is Squirtle. As you know, I am really bad at reading standalones. And so I have only leveled my Squirtle up once, but I really want to by mid-year, I want to evolve my Squirtle into a War Turtle. So we'll get there. And then I have Eevee, which is a hyped book, and I've leveled my Eevee up 3 times, and I'm really excited to level up my Eevee rest of the way so we can get into Eevee evolutions. So here we are. My neighbor's working on his car at the most annoying time. I'm finally filming a video, and here we are. Okay, so that is the recap of the Pokemon I have caught, and at the end I will go into kind of my plans on leveling some of these suckers up this month after my official rolls. So there's my recap of the Pokemon I have successfully caught last year, and I need to get leveled up this year. I'm just gonna put these guys back here because I'm gonna need to pick them up again. Okay, and here we go. So these are, like I said, the Pokemon that I was trying to catch last month. I caught these 2. So these 2 go back into the wild Pokemon thing. So I'm gonna do that real quick with the lovely case my partner got me. I'm going to now put these in my caught Pokemon section. So there we are. And so I'm doing 3 rolls per usual. I only have 2 Pokeballs, and I did get some questions of why I don't have a lot of Pokeballs. Just like in the video game, I use a Pokeball to catch a Pokemon. If I don't catch it, I still lose it, just like you do in the game. So either way, I lose it. For the new year, I am switching up the Pokeballs. I will be getting 2 Pokeballs when I land or pass a Pokeball space. But otherwise, there's that. If I run out of Pokeballs and I land on a Pokemon, I still do the prompt, and I get 3 Pokeballs, but I don't catch the Pokemon. So those are just a little bit of changes. This is where I left off, and roll 1 of 3. 1. Okay, so we have the potions. I still have a little potion guy here, but here is my basket of potions, and I am going to just pick a random one. This one seems great. Oh my gosh, okay. Inside are 4 Pokeballs, but no little tabby guy. So I am going to add 4 more of these in. And then I'm going to keep this out because I am going to be putting something different in these for the remainder of the year. And I'm going to keep it out just to remind me. But I did collect 4 more Pokeballs. So there we are. My first roll was a potion, and there was 4 little potions in there. So this month I am also trying to get my Bookstagram like up and running. I have quite a few posts on there already, and like really, like I'm really loving it. But I've never really like used it all that often. So my Bookstagram will be linked down below, and I'm gonna have quite a few different polls you can take to kind of interact with this process with me. And the first one is going to be a poll of what I put back into the potions. Where is it? I set it aside so I wouldn't lose it. Please hold. Okay. So this is the potion that I took. I took out 4 and then put 4 more back in there. I don't know. I didn't want to take it from like my stash of Pokeballs because it felt more pleasing to take it from the potions, so whatever. But every time I take a potion this year, I need to put something into it. And so I need help kind of figuring out if I want this to be something to do with leveling up my Pokemon. I still have this potion that I can use at my leisure, and it is shared experience. So basically 1 book can fit for 2 as long as the prompts match the book. But I'm kind of like holding on to this for like reserve. But yeah, so something like that, like leveling up a Pokemon. If it needs to be some sort of space mover, like I moved to a certain space. Last year I moved back to the home space to visit my mom. She gave me a bunch more Pokeballs, and then I was on my way again. So that was just a couple months ago. So I'm going to have a couple different prompts, and you can go and vote on them on my Instagram, Bookstagram page. So please do that. And we'll just kind of try to get my Bookstagram back up and running, make me motivated to use it. And 2, also you can kind of interact with me a little bit on my game. So there's that. And rule number 2 is 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a new card, so going good on January. So these are trainer cards. These are like in the game, you run into or pass another trainer on the road or in the grass, and they want to battle you. So that's what these cards are. I'm just gonna mix them up a little bit, and oh boy. I have Beauty. So how I'm going to handle wild, well, they're not wild, but other trainer cards is I'm going to have to random generate 2 numbers, and I will have to battle those 2 Pokemon from here. So the first one is 47. Rounding down is 46, which is lowest rated physical book on my TBR. And the second book to beat Beauty trainer is 35, which is Clefairy. And the theme is just moon. So this can have the actual theme of the book being something with a moon, or a moon on the cover, or the word moon in the title. So here are the 2 Pokemon I need to battle to beat Trainer Beauty. So there is that. And then roll 2 was a wild, why do I keep saying wild? Was trainer, woohoo! What am I trying to say? You know, like when you're walking through the grass or like on a road in Pokemon, and like one of those trainers like, you have to battle me. One of those. They're not like wild trainers. I'm just Pokemon trainers. Okay. For this one, I'm having a little bit of trouble, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Great start to the new year, I know. But I random picked, as you saw, and that was Trainer Beauty, and I had to random generate 2 cards for which Pokemon I would have to battle to beat Trainer Beauty. So there's that. The song's really coming in it. I didn't plan this video ahead at all. Can you tell? Okay, so these are the 2 that were random number generated. Lowest rated physical book, so one of these guys, and I have 2 more bookcases over there. And then Clefairy, which was Moon of a Theme. So I am going to give you guys another opportunity. I need to close that blind, hold on. Back. Another opportunity to kind of like vote for Clefairy. So for Clefairy, I'm having a hard time picking, and I kind of already know probably which one people are going to pick because it's kind of a hyped book, but I still want to put it out there. So, okay, here we go. So the 2 books that I am kind of on the fence about for Clefairy for the theme of a moon. The first one has a moon on the cover. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this, and this is God Killer by Hannah Kaner, and yeah, so gods are forbidden in the kingdom of Midrin. Formed by human desires and fed by their worship, there are countless gods in the world. But after a great war, the new king outlawed them and now pays god killers to destroy any who try to rise from the shadows. As a kid, Kissing saw her family murdered by a fire god. Now she makes a living killing them and enjoys it. All changes when she is tasked with helping a young noble girl with a god problem. The child's soul is bonded to a tiny god of white lies, and Kissing can't kill it without ending the girl's life too, and kind of goes to tell about that. So I've heard really, really good things about this, but I also want to restart a duology that I have, and because I need to reread the first one before I read the second one, and that is Bonecryer's Moon by Catherine Purdy. Catherine Purdy is an auto-buy for me, and I actually really, really liked this first book, but haven't heard the best things about book 2, but this is like, I don't even know which book box gave this to me. Oh, great. So that was a long time ago, but signed by the author, has sprayed pages, so on and so forth. Yes, so this one is Bonecryers have a sacred duty. They alone can keep the dead from preying on the living, but their power to ferry the spirits of the dead into goddess Alara's night heavens or Tyrus's underworld comes from sacrifice. The gods demand a promise of dedication at the cost of the Bonecryers once you love. So I really did like this one, but I can't really decide if I want to do another reread. I did 8 rereads last year. Storygraph gives me the best statistics. It's one of the main reasons why I switched from Goodreads to Storygraph, and I know there's like this like debate on threads about verses, but I am truly 100% dedicated to Storygraph at this point. But these are the 2 books. On my Bookstagram, I will have a poll for these 2. So help me decide. I don't know, but please go there and vote because I need to know which one to read next. So there's that. And so keeping on my not filming at the right time, Storygraph is down for maintenance right now. So I can't actually figure out my book for this one, which is lowest rated physical, which is Paris. So it'll go up right here. I'll just put a little thing like, I don't know how to film this part of the video. Storygraph is back up. This is my lowest rated book on my physical TBR. Usually I'd hold it up because it's my physical TBR, but obviously I don't know where that is, so here it is. This is going to be on my TBR so I can beat Trainer Beauty. And then last roll is a 5. So 1, 2, 3. I would go up to do Team Rocket, but I kind of want to try to catch a Pokemon this month, so I'm going to go over 2. I passed a Pokeball, so I get 2 more Pokeballs for doing that, like I said at the beginning. And there it is. So, random number 95, and that is Onyx. So to successfully catch an Onyx this month, I need to read an autobiography, a biography, or like a memoir or something like that to successfully catch Onyx. Truthfully, I'm not good at finishing those, so yes. I do have a couple, but I may also pick an audiobook as well, but I should probably try to read one of them already on my shelf, so there's that. My last roll, I could have gone up to Team Rocket and battled Team Rocket and got like Pokeballs and all of that for beating Team Rocket, but the last time I battled Team Rocket, I didn't beat them, so there's that. So I went the other way, and my first 2 rolls didn't have me trying to catch Pokemon. I kind of want to try to catch Pokemon this month. So I did random number generate, and I got Onyx, which is to read an autobiography, a biography, memoir, that sort of thing. So here are my choices, and I will have a poll up for this one too. For this one though, I am going to try using the YouTube polls for the first time. So I'm going to have you guys kind of go like different places and stuff like that. But I have 4 different choices for Onyx to kind of get there. I'm not very good at reading autobiographies in 1 month. I am an escapism reader, hence why I read mostly sci-fi, fantasy, stuff that's made up where I can just escape my world and go into another one. That's why I read. So I don't have many. I only have 4, but I do want to read one of them off my physical TBR. So that's kind of where I am right now. And this will be on a YouTube poll, so help me decide. The choices for this one are Apollo Ono's Hard Pivot, Embrace Change, Find Purpose, Show Up Fully. And he is an Olympic speed skater, retired Olympic speed skater, but speed skater nonetheless. I did pre-order it and get a signed copy because he's my favorite Olympian, and it just sounds really, really motivating. But it's just essential lessons for overcoming challenges with resilience, creativity, and purpose. So basically, this is lessons he learned when he was pivoting from being an Olympian to something else. He had a hard pivot, which is also a term in speed skating, so very creative. Good job. But here's choice 1. Choice 2 is completely different, and that is is Freeing Keiko, The Journey of a Killer Whale from Free Willy to the Wild by Kenneth Bauer. And this just follows the whale, Keiko, also known as Free Willy, and like his journey and stuff like that. Keiko has a really like special place in my heart. I named my first cat when I was a little girl after him, and I helped my mom name her cat after him. And orcas are my favorite animal, and like I'm just very emotionally attached to this whale, even though he's not alive anymore. But I found this book and I really want to read it. So it's kind of a memoir autobiography kind of thing about this whale. So very different, but still I think going to be a really good read, and I really just want to read it. So there's that. And then I have Geisha, A Life by Mineko Iwasaki with Rodney Brown. This is actually the individual whose Memoirs of a Geisha is actually based off of. And so she didn't necessarily like how Memoirs of a Geisha kind of went, even though it was based off true events. So she kind of wrote her own. And I've always really wanted to compare both of them because I've read Memoirs of a Geisha a couple times now. I really like the movie and stuff like that. I'm really into Japanese culture, history, and stuff like that, especially after living there. Yeah, really want to read this because it's kind of a little bit more of a truer story of the story a lot of us know really well. So here is that, and it's bound to be beautiful. And then the last one, again, very different. I have so many different interests, it's wild. But that is Be the Calm or Be the Storm, Leadership Lessons from a Woman at the Helm by Captain Sandy Yawn. So if my partner and I really got into watching Below Deck Mediterranean, and she is the captain of the ship, and I really like her, and then she wrote this book, and I've really just been wanting to read it. A friend got it for me, and so this is the last one. So Hard Pivot, Freeing Willy, Geisha, A Life, and then Be the Calm or Be the Storm, Leadership's Lessons from a Woman at the Helm. And so these are going to be on my YouTube poll post thingy that I will be posting right after I upload this video. So please go and vote to help me pick out which autobiography memoir thing I'm going to read this month. So yeah, here we are. Okay, and so now I have this guy, and I am going to tell you kind of the Pokemon I am going to be leveling up, going back to these guys. So starting off, I have Lapras, and today's only the 2nd of January, but yesterday I read the majority and finished a book, and that was Fable by Adrienne Young. So yeah, this was a reread for me. Loved it the second time just as much as I loved it the first time. It was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. Okay, but that means I did successfully already level up Lapras this month, even though it's only January 2nd, but here is this one. And then I also want to level up Ditto. The theme is deception, and there's probably no surprise, but tonight I am starting Namesake, which is book 2 to Fable, because I want to reread this one as well. So I don't think I will have any issues leveling up Ditto this month because I'll probably fly through this book as well. So this one is on my TBR for Ditto. For the others that I am leveling up, I have books from the library. I have books I am currently reading and want to finish this month. And then I also have my pre-dated books, which I kind of explained in one of my last videos. They're all the books that I am trying to continue on with the series. I'm in a lot of series right now, and so I have a basket that is dedicated just to the oldest 5 next books in a series that I need to like read to keep going in the series. So I am still working on some 2021 books. So oops. So every time I finish one of those books that is, you know, the oldest in that line, I will pick the next oldest in the line. So on and so forth. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, there's a lot of series and I just fell behind, so I made a spreadsheet tracking all the series I'm currently reading, and I have a basket solely for the oldest 5 so I can like keep moving forward. But anyways, so one of those is Ekans for a Thin Book. It should be a really easy book. I was supposed to read it last month, didn't. I don't know why. It would take me less than a day. So, and that is The Meanest Adult in the World. I loved the series when I was little, and I didn't know there was more than one book. So I am reading just a really fun kids book, and this is the 2nd book. But if you've ever seen The Secret Life of Arrietty, it's a Studio Ghibli film. It's kind of like the same thing. These little toys come to life and they live in a house, and yeah, so this book 2 follows the meanest doll in the world. I'm assuming she's a new doll in this house, and yeah, so there it is. It's not necessarily thin, but it's thin. So it's going to count as seconds, and I want to get to this one. What I continued, just like last month, is going to be Insurgent by Veronica Roth, and this is an audiobook I have. Put it up over here. This is an audiobook I have, and I'm about 40% done with it, so I just need to keep listening to it. I think I have 5 more days on my Libby, so I should have Geodude leveled up another level that by the end of the week. Hopefully, maybe. Realistic goals are very hard for me. For Drowsy, I am going with a manga, of course, and that is to read a book you only read in the daytime. So I have 3 manga that have been checked out from the library for like 2 months now. So one of these is going to count for Drowsy, and I have Yona of the Dawn Volume 12, Noragami Stray God Volume 5, and then Yona of the Dawn Volume 13. So one of these I'm going to read only during the daytime to level up my Drowsy. My Drowsy. Oh my gosh. My Drowsy. Okay, here we are. For a standalone book, it's kind of a standalone book, but it's also kind of not that I'm counting for my Squirtle this month. But after I probably finish Namesake, the next book I am going to get to and hopefully finish is going to be A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This has also been on my TBR for like over a month. But I did go in, I caved, I went and saw the movie, whatever. And I'm on chapter 5, page 62, so I do have the majority of the book left. I really did enjoy the movie. The movie was quite nice, so I am hopeful. I'm hopeful, that's the word. I just thought way too long about that word. I'm hopeful for me enjoying the rest of this book. I really do enjoy it so far. Sir, can you not rev your engine? Okay, anyways, almost done. There is my Squirtle. I want to level up with A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. It's a prequel. You could easily read it alone. Yeah, if you know, you know. I don't know. And then I do want to level up my Eevee this month for a hyped book, but I don't have one picked out for this cute little guy yet. So if you have one, recommend one, leave a comment down below, let me know. But otherwise, those are the books that I will hopefully be reading in 2024, and we're just kind of gonna go from there. So I am going with a little bit more of cozy looks for my videos this year. I sat down and I thought about all of the reasons why I didn't get as many videos up in 2023 like I wanted to. And it's because I always felt like I had to do something with myself. Like I had to be like my prime, like physical, makeup-y, hair completely done self. And I don't want to be like that. That's not realistic me. Me is jeans and a sweatshirt or a hoodie, glasses, my hair back, and very, very simple makeup. So I'm trying to be kinder to myself this year. That's one of my goals. And so you probably will be seeing a little less, you know, makeup and, you know, my hair completely done. The past few videos of 2023, my hair was up, put back. It was like hair wash day in like the past like 3 videos. But I'm also getting my hair done tomorrow, so I'm hoping I'll be happier with it and it'll be easier to work with after I get it like taken care of. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to be kinder to myself and be more true to myself and not stress about things I probably shouldn't be stressing about, like how I look at my videos. And yeah, so this is gonna be me. This is gonna be me, super cozy, wearing graphic t-shirts and just being true to myself. I'm working on self-love this year. I'm starting therapy tomorrow. And I'm working on myself this year. That is like my one main goal. And so one of those goals to be kinder to myself is to be true to myself and be happy with it. So I did put a little bit of makeup on today, and I did put a little bit of lipstick on today because I feel like it kind of elevates my laziness. So that's kind of where we are. But there are a few small changes coming to my channel and to myself and everything else, but that's kind of where we are now. So this is a little bit longer of a December. This is a little bit longer of a TBR video, but I did have a couple things thrown in there that I don't usually, and I do want to remind everyone to like, comment, subscribe, and go to those polls to help me pick out some of my books for my January TBR. But that is all. Be true and kind to yourself as well, and I hope you guys all the best in your reading goals as well for this month. But I'll see you guys all next time. All love. Bye!